Hi, my name is Wesley Gresham, and I did my PECHA KUCHA project over ritualistic sacrifice. Most of the ritual sacrifice that I found was regarding humans and not animals as much. I guess human sacrifice seemed to be much more significant than animal sacrifice. In the pictures below, it seems to be a dying king or pharaoh, judging by the blue or greenish color of him. The followers surrounding him, even in death, mean that they are so devoted to him that once he dies, they too will kill themselves and follow him into death. On the left, you can see that the Greeks are sacrificing someone over a fire, and they are also in full armor. On the right, you can see the multiple of gods that the Greeks used to believe in, and each god would represent a different thing. So they were probably sacrificing someone towards the god of war, hoping to do well in battle. The goddess displayed in these statues seems to be encircled by human heads. Now, this could be the manner in which humans were sacrificed towards her, but it could also just be a display that she is a god that accepts human sacrifice in turn for favor. The Hawaiians' gods existed in many forms, such as left, the jungle. They were sacrificing men towards the jungle, throwing them into the jungle, trying to appease the god of a jungle. On the right, shown an active erupting volcano. They could be making a sacrifice to try and calm it. The Aztecs' form of human sacrifice mainly regarded the heart and or opening someone up to take out an internal organ, and it always seemed to be at the top of a temple or mountain and always displaying the sacrifice upwards towards the heavens. In the painting shown, it seems to be another human sacrifice towards a higher power, seeing as they are looking up and on top of an altar or mountain, and that someone was sent to stop them from doing that. I guess they were a god that didn't seem to want a human sacrifice to be appeased. Druidic sacrifice didn't seem to be trying to appease a god. It seemed to be always towards a higher power, such as a natural order of things. On the right, you can see someone's blood being drained from them. This is probably involved in a different ritual that they are taking place in, on the left. It seems as the Israelites performed infant sacrifice to their god, Moloch, represented by a bronze bull with a fire lit atop and inside. It seems as if this was a joyous occasion, and as if they were expecting a great thing to come from this sacrifice. The Romans took part in animal sacrificing in times of importance. As you can see on the left and right, both people seem to be dressed in armor. This means they were probably about to go into battle, and that they were sacrificing this animal towards a particular god, probably the god of war, to give them favor. It seems as if the Celtics took part in human sacrificing by burning their victims alive. On the left, you can see what appears to be a wooden imitation of what one of their gods would look like, filled with human sacrifices, and on the right, a man being burned alive on atop a table in front of a king. The Etruscans' version of sacrifice involved mostly human sacrifices towards multiple gods, but you can see as if they're dancing around a tree. This probably represents them sacrificing someone around harvest time in hopes for a better harvest. It seems as if West African religions took part in both animal and human sacrificing. The human sacrificing on the right seems to be more towards a man who is pretending to be a god. Then on the left, it seems to be more ritualistic towards a higher power due to the masks and the altar in which the animal is laying. It seems as if the Chinese took part in a human sacrifice, but in a stranger way. On the right, you can see a man placing a small child within a wall or building. This was a sacrifice towards gods in hopes that it would make the building stronger and more resilient. This pottery is showing that in the Islamic faith, they were prone to sacrificing animals, not towards a god, but more along the lines of in celebration to something or a certain day or a time to come, maybe even a harvest festival. These paintings display that Hinduism took part in both animal and human sacrificing. They seem to be in fields of some kind. I guess these are their harvest fields, and that the sacrifices were towards the gods to help them have a better harvest. Christians seem to dedicate animals towards God to show how dedicated they were, and the sacrifice would be animals of importance or innocence. On the left, 2 oxen that were very important to people during that time, and then the lamb on the right to show innocence. As you can see here in this stone tablet, it seems to be a man holding up 2 animals over a godlike figure. I assume it to be a god figure due to the wings and the crown, and that the animals are sacrificed towards them, and that they are walking amongst the earth to collect their sacrifices. This Babylonian ink drawing displays this god. I think he's a god because of his wings and the crown, and seeing that he is holding a deer that seems to be full size in one hand. And this also shows that he accepted animal sacrifices. The Incan people used to sacrifice children. On the right, as you can see, a godlike figure holding a small child. Then on the left, what appears to be a man being impaled, face up towards the gods, and it seems to be on top of an altar of some kind.